You know your habits are hurting you. You swear you are done. You delete the app, throw out the junk food, and promise yourself tomorrow will be different. But days later, you are right back where you started. This recurring failure is a predictable outcome of your brain's biological programming. Your brain operates on one primary directive: save energy. It takes any repeated action and thickens the myelin sheath around that neural pathway, turning the behavior into an automatic sequence that requires zero conscious thought. We are going to map out the 3 biological traps keeping you locked into this cycle, and then apply a strict 3-step protocol to dismantle them. To break a bad habit permanently, you must treat your brain exactly like a machine that needs to be rewired. When you learn a new, difficult behavior, a region called the prefrontal cortex lights up. This is your conscious brain, burning heavy amounts of energy to figure out the task. The brain refuses to sustain that high energy cost indefinitely. It offloads the learned behavior to a deep subcortical region called the basal ganglia, the brain's storage vault for automatic routines. Look at this neural handoff. The glowing top node is your conscious brain. With enough repetition, the blueprint is transferred down to the basal ganglia as a compressed file. Like an autopilot, once programmed, the driving instructor dims and the car drives itself. Laboratory studies demonstrate that once a habit is fully stored in this autopilot vault, researchers can inactivate the motor cortex and subjects still perform the habit flawlessly. This is why conscious willpower fails in the moment. By the time the sequence triggers, the brain's decision-making center has been bypassed. We also need to correct the way we view dopamine. In reality, it functions as a motivation and prediction molecule. It operates on what neuroscientists call a reward prediction error, releasing into your system in anticipation of what you are about to do. This chart tracks a habit's timeline. Notice dopamine spikes here at the initial cue, the moment your phone buzzes. The chemical release shifts backwards, dwarfing the actual reward. This creates a magnetic, gravitational pull toward the behavior long before the action occurs. Willpower is ineffective against this mechanism. Trying to resist the habit now means fighting a massive chemical tidal wave after it has crashed over your nervous system. Even if your conscious brain tries to intervene, it runs into an ancient evolutionary bias. The brain is wired to secure immediate survival today rather than optimize for an abstract tomorrow. This biological calculation is known as temporal discounting. The further away a reward is in time, the more aggressively your brain mathematically devalues it. When you place the instantaneous dopamine hit of scrolling social media up against the delayed reward of going to the gym, your basal ganglia selects the immediate screen time nearly every single instance. Your brain treats the future version of yourself as a total stranger. It refuses to sacrifice its immediate gratification to help someone it does not recognize. Delayed goals generate a much weaker neurochemical signal than immediate behavioral feedback, making long-term health goals biologically inferior motivators. Now that we have identified the automation vault, the dopamine anticipation, and the time delay bias, we can build a 3-step physical blueprint to bypass them. Step 1. Isolate the trigger. Trace your bad habit backward. Note the specific time of day, the physical location, or the exact emotional stress you feel right before the behavior starts. Removing these external cues prevents the initial reward prediction error from firing, starving the habit loop of its primary chemical catalyst. Step 2. Add environmental friction. Introduce a physical barrier that takes at least 20 seconds to bypass between you and the destructive habit. Delete the app. Move the junk food. Leave your charger in the kitchen. The brain naturally follows the path of least resistance, so you force it elsewhere by making the habit annoying to access. Step 3. Replace. Do not remove. The brain hates a behavioral vacuum. If you delete a routine without replacing the reward it provided, you will likely relapse as the brain hunts for the missing feeling. Map that old reward to a new, immediate positive action tied to the exact same trigger. When boredom hits, take a short walk instead of opening a browser tab. Give the brain the relief it requires through a productive channel. By isolating the cue, injecting physical friction, and replacing the routine, you entirely remove the requirement for self-control. You alter the environment so the brain naturally chooses a better path. You now possess a mechanical, biological blueprint instead of relying on fleeting motivation. But you need to set accurate expectations for the physical process of rewiring. Building a new neural pathway while letting an old one atrophy feels like taking a machete and hacking a fresh trail through dense jungle brush. It is strenuous, exhausting work. The idea that it takes 21 days to break a habit is a myth. Neuroimaging data confirms that structural changes in your synaptic density take a minimum of 6 weeks of sustained practice to lock in. Expect extreme mental fatigue during that window. Your brain is burning excess glucose to actively suppress the old, effortless neural highway and force your conscious mind to navigate the new, difficult path. When you feel that deep frustration, do not assume you are failing. That mental exhaustion is the tangible, physical sensation of your brain rewiring itself, one choice at a time.